What's up?
Not streaming.
Welcome to the Lost Stage Show. We're here. We're partying. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. Well, I mean, subjectively.
Oh, wait, why is my sample thing not working? Oh, I couldn't hear it.
I can't hear anything because you're not streaming the stream on my end.
Oh, is that why? Oh, okay, yeah, here, let's do this.
I can't hear shit.
Let's do this. Entire screen. Application. I forgot. Share screen.
Ban out, burn out, bigger, 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 bigger. Oh, that was some.
Oh, I think I moved some audio files.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, we got some fucking sounds going.
Goal!
Yes, we love that. We love
piss,
that.
yeah. Yeah, the intro song. Aaron, no, there's one I'm playing, but it's not playing though. It's showing that it's playing, but it's not.
Yeah, it's playing the sound.
Wait, I don't hear it though. That's fucking weird.
The
It's like oh.
Yeah, that's playing.
That's so weird. I can't hear it.
It's really quick. It could be that it's not registering because of how quick it is. So.
Yeah, maybe. It's all good. Wait, hold on. Let me monitor it. Oh, I hear it.
Now it's doubling up. I hear the.
That's so weird. I hear everything else except that one. I have to monitor it. Anyways, welcome to the Lost State Show. Today we are going to be going over the drama. I don't know if you've seen this. Did you see this, Drew? This drama about this Geese band or Goose? What are they called?
Yeah.
Goose? Goose stepping?
I've been accidentally following Geese for a long time now.
Accidentally following?
Yeah, so I think that record is pretty good. I enjoy it, and his solo record is decent. It's really fucking. There's a really weird song on that fucking solo record of his, but he's been doing shit for a while. But Pat in Clubber and Gutted and all, when we were going out to Ohio for Gutted and then back to Pittsburgh for Clubber, he was listening to a lot of Geese and that dude's solo project. So, and then I saw like a couple of cool music videos. Like, I don't hate the band at all. I think they're totally fine.
I don't hate them either.
But,
it's not. I'm not coming. Obviously, we're not coming at this of like, oh, we hate them and this and that. I will say that what we're going to talk about is like, I hate what happens and or like some of the tactics used for stuff that pertain to what.
Absolutely, yeah, no.
This is what we'll get into.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but we'll get into like as far as a band without the baggage tag to it. I didn't hate them. I enjoyed them, and they're very musically talented, for sure. They write some really insane stuff. Pat has a very eclectic taste of music, so when he shows me something new, it's genuinely something I haven't heard before, and I usually like. So, yeah, I mean, he listens to a lot of Randy Newman too, but
Randy Newman, like the
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Newman's
crazy.
cool.
He's got
There's
crazy
people-
songs.
There's people that are like really big Randy Newman heads. I feel like I've heard people where they're like, I fucking upset, like they're obsessed with Randy.
Yeah,
Newman.
he's like a musician.
Really?
Musician. Like a lot of studio people really fucking like him, like his music and how he writes and all this shit. Like high names always praise him.
Yeah.
It's wild. But he's had his hands in a lot over the years. So
you got Fred. Sorry.
Yeah. For what it's worth. And then also it's really funny because I follow this dude, this really cool radio he does like DJ work, and he's a radio voice, and he's been doing this thing for a long time called like the top 5 bands of every state, and so he does all this really cool stuff online, and he has been like obsessed with Geese since he found out about them, and then he's just been posting like, listen, I promise you I've had no like part I took no part in like promoting this band. All my love for this was genuine love. I had no fucking idea. I wasn't paid as part of a psyop, like because he was like really pushing them, and he has kind of a platform. I can see it being like in a silly scenario of people being like, oh, you're part of it. But yeah, so it fooled everybody, man. This whole thing really fooled everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get more into analyzing exactly like what the statements are, but from a grand point of this, it's one of those things where it's like Like, this has been going on for a while already. Like, people have been
Mhm.
like, this is, I want to say, even since like the 50s and shit. It's like, dude, they've been manufacturing since like, I don't know how far back, but like Elvis and shit. Like, a lot of this is
Yeah, I
just,
mean, technically,
it's
all promotion is manufactured
well, it's
because
like,
it's meant to promote. Like, that's technically, if you want to get
well, it's
into
like
it, like,
from marketing standpoint, is it marketing
yeah,
like over marketing? Is that considered a psyop? If you just like, it's like marketing is where they just blast everything to where it's everywhere, and then people start picking up, and then you get into radio station. Like, there's just a way of
yeah,
like, to go into like the back end of, well, like people were already being like, oh, they're an industry plant and this and that, with like, oh, um, they're like nepo babies and this and that, and then this came out where it's almost like here's even more shit. So like, it's just interesting, but we can get into it more. But before that, let's you were saying something about a story on the way back, something
oh
funny.
yeah, because we were talking about right before we went live, we were talking about people being fucking idiots and how we're crazy religious cults and shit.
Oh yeah.
So I we were in Giant and we made some like veggie sloppy joes tonight for dinner, and we were getting like hamburger buns, and I got some soda for night to keep me awake. And anyway, we were walking through the aisle, and some lady was being really weird. I saw her out of the corner of my eye, kind of being weird to an employee, but it looked like she just knew him. Like she gave him like a hug and stuff, and then we walked by like right as that was done, and she like blessed us. She was like, she blessed us like, yeah, like God is beautiful, this and that, blah blah blah. And then she touched me like
Oh,
full hand on my shoulder, and I was like, lady, if you
don't
touch me
touch me.
again, I'm gonna make you see God. I'm gonna make you meet your maker. Like, don't fucking touch
Don't
me.
touch me.
Like, like, I cannot believe you would put hands on a stranger in 2026 that wasn't even
How
making
old was
eye
she?
contact with you. I would say she was probably maybe 40s, 50s.
40, 50? That's, see,
Um,
there's a
like,
level of
not
like some older
super
people don't.
old. Like,
Yeah.
I would say I'm closer to her age than I am, I don't know, 18 or something.
Totally, totally. I just feel like if there's like older people, it's one of those things where it's like fucked up and like you shouldn't do that. But also like there's a level of like, you're like 80, like I'm not gonna get mad at you. Like you're just like, oh hi,
Oh, it's
like when
also
people,
like
if it's
usually
not like
like
a,
those
a
like
weird
old people
touch,
are like, yeah, they're genuinely either trying to get your attention or asking for something
yeah,
polite,
or
this and
something
that.
like
But like,
that, it's like whatever.
to
But
just say some weird shit to like people who talk at you in public now, strangers, that you can't trust them anymore, right? Like
well, it's like
there's so many ill motivated people nowadays that like if a stranger's talking at you in a weird scenario, I'm already in defensive mode because like that shouldn't be happening in my head at Giant with someone that we don't fucking know. And then so then she like leans down kind of to Sawyer and says stuff and up to Jen, and I'm behind them and I'm immediately like, yo, like red flags. And then she touched my shoulder and I was like, yo, lady,
you know,
you
I'm
touch me
about to put
again, you're
hands.
gonna meet your fucking maker. Like, do not fucking talk to me about this shit.
I
Like, with all
yeah,
due respect, like you just can't be doing that shit. And
you
like
should not touch people nowadays.
no one's doing anything about it. Like no workers are being like, hey, you know, maybe we don't
Yeah,
touch people in our store. Maybe keep your hands to yourself. You forget that rule from being a kid.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that shit was like
the
crazy. And
gall.
then I was like in the bathroom, like I was in the bathroom before that too. And I was like, I used the bathroom and then I was washing my hands and I saw a guy come in, wash his hands, and then pee. And then I'm pretty sure he didn't wash his hands afterwards because he walked out right after me. And that really threw me off too. Like washing your hands
He's
before
like,
you pee, but not
I gotta
afterwards
make
is
sure.
crazy.
I gotta make sure I have clean hands when I touch my dick to piss. But
He
then
was
my
literally
dick
like,
is
"The
not
world
dirty,
is
so
allowed
then
to touch my dick germs, but my dick
but I
germs can't touch the world." Like it was like so
he's like
my
my
head
dick.
was like, and having ADHD, and like I was diagnosed with autism too, so like having a weird brain where I'm like
ODHD.
analyzing like that dude. As I was going to wash my hands, was washing his hands. He went to pee as I was washing. So he had no time because he was coming out right behind me. So he had no time to wash his hands, soap and water, like he did the first time. So he literally thought like, damn, I touched a lot of stuff today. I better wash my hands before I touch my wiener. but I do not care if I touch everything with my wiener hands is really weird logic to me.
Also,
And
I'm
then
like,
that thing
I
with the
don't know where
lady
that
happened. So
dick's
I was in
been.
a weird spot, you know? Like, I
Yo,
was
this
just like,
dude's
I want to
washed.
get home.
This dude's not cleaning his dick hands. This lady's touching me.
Too much information overload and sensory overload within like 15 minutes.
You
of
know
being
what'd
there,
be
10
funny
minutes.
is if
I was
he
like,
walks over to the lady and she's like, "You need to be saved." He's like, "Thanks," and he shakes her hand, and then the lady gets dick
hell
hands
yeah,
on her
then she has
hands,
dick. Yeah, think about
and then
all the
she's got
products
dirty
in that
dick
store that have
hands.
dick hands.
Dirty dick hands.
I
My
hope
dick's
she
always clean, so I don't wash my hands because I'm always clean. I'm kidding. Dirty dick hands. That's funny. That's so funny.
Anyway, that was because we were talking about crazy religious people, and I don't know, it made me think of that at the store. I was just like, yeah, I need to
Well,
get out of
I
here,
think
man.
there's
I
a
need to
level
go.
of the I think it's the level of like fight or flight when people, living in Portland too. It's just like at any point I'm on the street somewhere and some guy's just walking near me and he starts screaming, and because he's not
Yeah,
mentally,
dude.
that happens so much where I'm like, oh, you're not stable. Okay, got it. He's not like gonna fuck with me. But there's so much of like when someone comes up to you in a store or they come up near you and they start talking at you, and I'm always like, I'm good. Immediately ignore, walk away. It's like I see people get like mad at me where I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know who you are. I there's a level of like community and just like engaging with people where it's like I'm trying to be open with people. Like I have my own issues. Like I don't like being accosted in weird ways where people are coming at me, and I'm just like, dude, like why are you? I don't know what you're doing. Like and you're very frantic and stuff. That stresses me out. But like if someone's just like, hey man, can I bug you for like ah. Actually, there's sometimes where she's like, when you're sitting there and someone comes up and they start talking to you, she's like, the way this is me. She's like, the way immediately I'm like, what?
Like,
And they're like, hey, do you
yeah.
know what time it is? And I go, it's like 7. They're like, thanks, I'm all right. Okay, we're good. We're good. I just
Yeah.
it's
I
just
think
you're always on guard
I
and
also
like
think I've been fucked
yeah.
with a lot in my life too. Like whether it's because I was in a group of people and we were fuck withable,
Yeah.
getting into shit, and like also, just always being on guard with shit. Like even like I remember we got to a show early at Blackwater, Squalor was playing, and we were like, me and Jen got there really early for some reason. I like Blackwater wasn't even open yet. So
Oh,
we were
really?
walking the block, and this dude obviously having problems and stuff, but he was like not all there, and he came up to me and shoved shit rocks in my hand or some shit,
He's like, here you
and
go.
said some dumb shit, and I was like screaming at him. I was like so
Yeah.
fucking mad. I was like, do not fucking come up. Or no, maybe he threw something near me or something. I think it was something even more aggressive. I can't
Well,
remember,
also
but
if
anyway,
Jen's with you,
he was
you're like
obviously, and Jen was
protective.
like, dude, you need to chill the fuck out. Like he's
Like, I'm
obviously not
protecting
all
you.
there. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, I still can't get it out of me where it's like everyone has a little bit of a personal bubble, and if you break that, you're supposed to be like very like, oh my bad, I didn't mean that, or like it like I recently walked up to a stranger because she was wearing some sick pants. She was picking up a kid at school where I was picking up Sawyer, and she was wearing pants that literally just said "fuck Nazis" on them. And I was like, "Excuse me,
That's
where
sick.
did you get those pants?" And she looked at me, and I know how I look,
Like, what are you like? You're like, I just like your
but she
pants.
looked
Like,
at me like as if I was gonna be like, "Who you calling a fucking Nazi?" Maybe. And I'm like, damn, like I respect that. And I was like, yo, my bad. I'm just like, thanks for wearing them. Those pants are the shit. I wanted to know maybe I'd get a pair. And she's like, all right, cool.
oh,
And
you're
because I think
cool. You're
it's
like,
like,
yeah. A
yeah, but
dude going,
like
where's your
since then
pants?
I haven't approached again since then because she definitely like gave vibes of like don't talk to me, which I definitely respect. But I was like, even within that, where I was trying to be very like nice and cordial, like I understand where the other person's coming from and do not take offense to that. So like, yeah, I think that's like a basic respect that needs to be given to other people of just being like, yo, if I don't want you in my space, then you have to understand that like don't be in my
Hey,
fucking
it's like,
space.
don't take it personal, but like, I don't want you in my fucking
Yeah.
space. Yeah, I think everyone feels
Like not
entitled to
literally
people's
nothing
attention and
personal to be
space at all
taken, but get the
times.
fuck away from me. Yeah, it's
I
literally
mean,
what
I'm
it is.
guilty of
Like
that too, probably going up to someone and be like, hey, but like everyone is, but it's like how you manage
I'm
with
usually
it.
like really friendly, and I usually have a very high success rate of like
Yeah,
making new
you
friends
are.
when I do that. But there are times when that happens, and like you just like people get offended by it, where it's like, dude, it's okay that that person said, "Don't fucking talk to me." Like, they're allowed to say that. Like,
I
I
struggle with,
understand that
yeah.
if your intent is genuine and you don't mean to be rude or whatever, I get that, but like, they have the right to deny
Well, that's how I
any of your
feel.
acts,
I'm like
Yeah.
that with people where I'm like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to talk to you. Like, and then people go, "You're such an ass." I'm like, I don't know this guy. He's drunk. I'm at a bar. He's like, "Hey man," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Cool, like great, yeah." Like,
Yeah.
I'm here with people. Like, you're being fucking rude. Like, check yourself. Oh, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Cool. Not my problem. You deal with it. So
Yeah.
like, there's a
Yeah.
level of just respect that gets lost.
Absolutely.
No one's
And
perfect. I
that
don't expect people to be perfect. I'm never perfect when it comes to
like I said, like
communicating
90%
stuff
of the
like
time
that.
when that boundary is crossed, usually someone's like, "Oh, my bad," or everything's cool anyway, or whatever. But there's those times where I'm just like, dude, don't fucking touch me. Do
Yeah.
not fucking put your hands on me, you crazy person. Like, you're you're following a religious cult. Calm the fuck down. Like,
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Leave me alone. Anyways, but with that, talking about cult people that get into cult classic bands. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Let's go
Not a
pop
cult,
over
but maybe you're the Geese fans.
the Geese cult. Let's say music fans that start a cult. Like, I would say that there's a cult of personality that some people have, and or like maybe I'd say like not to an extent that's like toxic probably, but like Tyler the Creator. I think there's like a cult fan base, right? Anything
for
that's
sure.
yeah, like just artists that have a cult following, but let's pop over here. So we're gonna get into Geese and the industry plant, the Psyop, which is the buzzword that a lot of people say, Psyop, and like it's like a Psyop. The term of Psyop is like a psychological operation. So it's a Psyop, like which people would use for. I feel like mainly it would be like slanted towards like political psyops of like propaganda, this and that. But so it is. I mean, inherently, like what the term is, it's still, it's a buzzword that kind of has different connotations that I feel people have been using. But this article was written by John Semley. I haven't read it. I've seen stuff about it. People talked about it. I think I looked at it before. It's like it's not very long, so I'll just go through it. I feel like when it comes to, it's like, oh, you're just like sitting there reading through a whole article and regurgitating. So I was just like, this is like the thing that broke it. That's going to explain everything to where we fully understand. Mm-hmm. So I'm only reading through this whole thing just to get to like where we could talk. And I have a couple other things just to see what the buzz is. And I already know a certain level of what the story is. So to read it verbatim. Oh, we can just listen to it, bro. Hell yeah. I don't even have to read. Fuck reading, bro. AI, bro. You can just listen to it.
What no, this is a ass voices on that.
Brooklyn indie rockers, Geese. Shot at the. I'm just kidding. No, I'll just read it. Brooklyn indie rockers. So
indie rockers, Geese. Shot.
No, it's actually better. A lot of it's better. A lot of. Well, you know what? This is the archived one, so there's no audio because it's just like an archive on the site because it's behind a paywall. It's okay. Geese shot to the heights of rock and roll fame at the end of 2025 with their fourth album, Getting Killed. It was released in late September and dominated the year's top 10 lists. Their fall tour sold out almost everywhere. The collective buzz earned them slots on Saturday Night Live and Coachella. The band and made the band and frontman Cameron Winter. Okay, so his name's Cameron Winter, who has his own solo career. So did he have his own solo career and then Geese started? Do you know that?
Yeah, that's because that's how I heard.
That's how you heard about him
from them. Is I heard Cameron Winter's solo career first from Pat, and then the next trip we were on, I heard Geese, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's this dude's band." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Something close to a household name at the least in households where polyrhythmic art rock is a top conversation. The Guardian's review of the new record called Geese, the new saviors of rock and roll. It's a bold statement. Their explosion on the scene seemingly out of nowhere led to an inevitable backlash. Haters called them a psyop. Some questioned their sudden seeming rise to superstardom, calling them an industry plant. Others, while acknowledging their talent, attributed their fame to savvy marketing. Certainly a band blows up so quickly it can seem inorganic and a bit weird. When a band moves from edges of the conversation to smack in the center, it can raise suspicions that its darling status was attributable to some of the sort of backroom machinations. I almost was like, what's this word? Oh, machinations. Rather than a rare combination of talent, hard work, and a bit of good luck. One thing about articles, sometimes, do you ever feel like you're reading where they're just they're looking up the thesauruses, where they're like, what word can I throw in just to sound like a machination? So I'm just like, there's times I'm reading where I'm like, I feel like you put an effort into putting a word in that was like big, not to be I'm like, it's, I like it because sometimes, it's a writing is an art form of like trying to like be interesting. So like I get that they're like throwing, it's almost like in music where they have like little ear candy. They're like, those are the machinations of the blah, blah, blah. So, like they're just using certain words to like make it pop.
Yeah.
But my brain goes,
I will say
you put effort into putting machinations.
Yeah, my thing is like when I was writing for Newspunk a lot, I got tired of my own, like I'd constantly say the same like phrases because it's just how I'm describing it. So I wonder if something like that comes from like, I'm sick of saying like, amalgamation or
amalgamate. I know that's a word I would use.
Word,
amalgamation.
And then
amalgamation.
Anyway. Yeah, writing is tricky, especially when you do it for a living on like posts like this. Yeah.
I like writing, but I'm just also like, I find that when I sit there and I just speak out a bunch of shit and then I can take it and edit it down, the way that my brain works with the ADHD, it's like I have to flow it out and then look at it and then make it make sense in a form that other people can realize, because my brain, unless you're ADHD and you can read it and go, oh, I get what he's saying. It's like it's hard putting shit in a linear form when my brain doesn't work that way. So,
I totally understand
that. Excuse me. Now those paranoid seeming suspicions have been proven true, sort of. So in late March, the co-founders of so this is a company called Chaotic Good Projects, who provide, per its Instagram, digital experiments and musical mayhem. Musical mayhem. That's a funny tagline. Digital experiments and musical mayhem. It sounds like someone's like fucking college project. They're like, we're gonna do a digital experience and musical mayhem. It's gonna be like our final thesis for like our marketing fucking school.
It also sounds just like a really like a tagline for a play, like a college play.
That's true. Appeared on billboards on the Record podcast in the episode recorded live at South by Southwest. Chaotic Goods, Andrew Spellman and Jesse Korn explained how their viral marketing methods work. Essentially, the firm creates a network of social media pages, typically on TikTok, and uses them. Okay, I remember seeing this. Uses them to drive the band's music and to recommend it. So basically, what they're saying is like right here. Songs are dropped into the backgrounds of videos. Live clips are shared. Sometimes burner accounts. So that's basically you're out loud saying you just make fucking burners, like fake accounts. Comments and the whole ecosystem of interactions can be fabricated out of digital cloth, stoking and in some case completely manufacturing discourse around an artist. These ginned up interactions push the songs and the discussion about them higher up a platform's algorithmic rankings, and social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube are increasingly where real fans discover new music. So in a way, it's like the fact that you can specifically, you could just do this and not say it, but the fact that they're like, this is our like business and we make burner counts to fake the fucking algorithms just to get people in the thing where then people really find it. So it's like,
it's just really funny because like if you looked at like the digital platform of like content creators, and if they did this, they would be full on canceled, because
I mean, people are canceled because about
like Twitch accounts get completely deleted for view botting, like, so it's like the discourse is kind of real for it. Like this dude definitely saw, like, you don't get into this service and not see how it negatively has real effects on other communities. Like there's no way he has no idea how other people get treated doing the same tomfoolery.
Well, it's like in some cases there's people who like, you fake bot your fucking YouTube followers or like any kind of followers and other stuff. It's like people would get shamed and laughed out of shit. But then like you're just so confident that you're basically proving that the system is completely fucking rigged and broken, and you're scamming it and like and you're like proud of it and you're like, this is what we do. It's like, it's weird. It's fucking weird brain broken shit where you at a South by Southwest where like it's a festival before, like I think from my understanding of what people think about South by Southwest is like used to be like kind of like what Fest was. Like it's like a bunch of different places bands are playing, and there's like film, and they had sections where they have a lot of filmmakers showing some movies and doing screen. Like it seems super cool, but it's just completely corporatized from my understanding. I've never been, but it's not cool like it used to be, and people just go and it's like all money and shit. So there's a level of like these guys doing like this fuckery, and they're just hanging out with a bunch of other tech people and other music people. It's like bragging about faking all this shit to get their artist.
Yeah.
The fact that, to get more into it, but the fact that I'm having an issue with right now is that, what does that say about the artists if they know what they're doing and they're working with them? It's like this is an indictment on Geese too. You, not to be mean, like not to say that like the music is bad or it's like you could be objective about. Or you can have
they made the choice to subject their morality. Like they did that. They chose whatever, how, I don't know if they paid them or firm approached Geese, whatever. I don't know.
They might have done it like, hey, can we work with you? Yeah.
You still chose to work with them. So you are held responsible. You have a moral upstanding to that. And
yeah,
if fans call it out, then you have to do something about it. It's fucking your fault too. You know what I'm
saying?
To get, I'm sure the sales pitch went something like, we have this thing called trend simulation and we do this.
Yeah. We do this stuff to get people.
Like, there's no way they didn't know some of that. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
unless they're just saying all this shit out loud after they've already worked on stuff and they just didn't think it would really, like the fact that like some tech people or other people in industries are so fucking oblivious to like reality because they're in bubbles that they think, oh yeah, like this is what people do. Everyone does it. And I'm like, yeah, everyone does it, but then they don't fucking say it out loud. And then you're going to sit there and be like, this is what we do. And then even name the artists. And then what happened from, it might say here, but what happened is they mentioned Geese and all this stuff and had them on their site or whatever. And then after all this shit blew up, they went and deleted all of it. So it's like, they're intentionally going, oh fuck, hide it, cover it. And oh shit, everyone's looking now. It's like, so it wasn't an issue when no one's really prying, but now people are prying. You're like, oh, ashamed of it. And you're, I'll read more of it though, just to see where else. We can drive impressions on anything at this point. Spellman told Billboard. We know how to go viral. We have thousands of pages. Spellman has dubbed the process trend simulation. Oh yeah, that's what did you already see that, or were you just making up? Okay, I thought you were just making.
I saw it, and I was just.
I
saw it, and I was like, "There's no way he doesn't like use that term when he talks to us."
Okay. I thought you made that up. I was like, "Whoa, how did you? You kind of like fucking nailed it on the head." And the campaigns themselves are referred to by Chaotic Good as narrative or UGC for user generated. It's not user generated content if they're not actual users.
It's not. Yeah.
You fucker. Now, Chaotic Good co-founder Adam Tarsia, sounds like a guy who would do this shit. I don't know. Confirms to Wired that his company engineered campaigns for both Geese and Cameron Winter. We've helped distribute clips of them performing and doing some interviews on TikTok. Tarsia says, via email, speaking on behalf of Chaotic Good, I understand that the industry plant discourse is inevitable, but we've had the pleasure of being Geese fans since their 2021 project, which he notes was released 4 full years before his agency launch. So they're stating, well, this album's been out for years already before we even did all this, and then we're just doing this to like push it.
Well, that specific album is what they're. Is
this the one? Is this the one where he's got the sword on the front? Is that the? I don't even remember.
But no, I think the album that they worked with, it was a new album at the time. Is like from last year. So they're just saying. I think they're just saying there is that like we've been fans since before we even worked with them.
4 years before his. Oh, so yeah, they worked with that on that album, and then they started
once again. Yeah, once again,
it's
just like it dirties everyone's hands,
Okay, let's see. The long bubbling suspicions about the band's rise boiled over the first week of April. A viral Substack post by singer-songwriter Aziza McClaim. Eliza. Yeah, I got it right here. I just read. Sorry, my brain was trying to scan other shit. Aziza McClaim. Visual processing issues. Trace the connection between Geese and Chaotic Good. I'll be on a line reading it, and then I start reading another line while I'm trying to still read that line. My brain's like, move faster. I do have that article too. We can check that out. And mold the fuzzy ethics of such marketing as McLam summed up the model. If 100 people think your song sucks, Chaotic Good will create 200 people that think your song is awesome. So it's just like overwhelming. Like if 100 people don't like it, we'll just put 200 on top that say they do like it to like drown out the negativity. I guess I wasn't expecting this piece to be as widely shared as it was, and I was happy to see a conversation get started around the whole thing. McLam, who is currently on tour supporting her 2005 album Good Story, says on her post titled Fake Fans, which I have. I've been wary of people referring to it as anyway as a hit piece or even particularly investigate. I just listened to an interview and poked around a website, and most compelling part to me is many ways was how plainly all these tactics were discussed, even as the tactics themselves succeed when operating somewhat out of view. The situation got a little sketchier when shortly after McLam's post spreading in music biz circles, Chaotic Good wiped mentions of the artist, showing like, oh fuck. And then from this website, this too, the company freely admits the team also removed references to narrative campaigns, which is what they were talking about, what they do. We took things down from the site so our artist partners don't get wrapped up in false accusations of misconceptions. Of what? Like the misconceptions that you faked their fucking hype? Like that you did that?
Yeah, like
what the fuck? Dude, people are so weird.
The only thing I can think of, which I don't even say it because I don't want to give people an idea as a way out, is that they weren't telling the artist their tactics, and then the guy let it up as like it's not that big of a deal. It works really well.
That's what.
Yeah. But like, still, I don't believe that still.
So you're saying that if the band goes, hey, he said, we just have connections to be thrown in front of a bunch of people and then spam the shit, and you're like yeah, there's nothing technically inherently wrong with that.
Between like on the surface level as marketing, what's the difference between a band like Geese hiring them because they're just like, oh dude, we'll get your song out there,
well, people do that all the time.
A smaller project paying someone to get their band on a playlist on Spotify, which
I mean, that's the thing. It's like
it's not necessarily looked at as bad. It's not, because it's just marketing. It's
pay to play.
And when it crosses a moral boundary, when it crosses the line of morality, is when it becomes a bad thing. So like, where is your line of ethics on this? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people feel betrayed because now something that seemed very real, very underground, very small, they like almost honed in on it. They realize that they were fooled into the algorithm, the putting authenticity this in front of them. They're making them. It makes you feel like you didn't have your own say in liking the band. It changes your relationship with that project. Like the backlash is going to be there, but ultimately, like Geese still gets what they want because not everyone's going to care about it.
Yeah, they'll not see it.
It's still gonna go under in a little bit. Also, the Cameron Winter stuff, like he does very tongue-in-cheek smart shit all the time. Like even the titles of his records, very tongue-in-cheek.
Oh yeah, no,
intellectual.
Totally.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like he could spin this in a certain way. Like, I don't know.
Or he's like, we did it. I don't give a fuck. People go, wow, he's brash, and he's just like, he just owned it. So like, that's sick. You know, there's one way of being like, okay, you're gonna like fake shit where
it's like.
But people do that all the time. I don't know.
People just don't want to be fooled anymore, man. They just want to like,
you know what? I'll say
real shit and support real people, and it's crumbling in front of their eyes. That most things that by the time they're finding it in normal world is way too late. It's already beyond the point of like natural. It's already being marketed. It's already being paid for to be put in front of you. You know, like
it's not like you found it.
And it's not just music, it's everything. But like, you know, there used to be this rock and roll dream where it says like a little bit of luck. Like nothing is a little bit of luck anymore. Nothing. It's all pay.
Strategic. It's pay to play. Everything is fucking pay to play. And that's what like, even going back to like our stream we did talking about music scenes and local stuff. It's like everything is like, you know, music scenes dying, local small bands, and everything's pay to play, where it's like you gotta even like do like the fact that me and Elle, like when we were doing American Memories, like I got an email once being like, hey, you should come down and play at Whiskey A Go Go, and It was basically, we were like, oh, it's sick. What, in LA? Like, we'll go play whiskey or whatever. And then come to find out, the guy's like, hey, you have to buy tickets and then you have to like sell them. And I'm all, what? Like, we don't even live in LA. What the fuck? And yeah, I look it up. I'm like, oh, it's just like pay to play shit. We're like, we're not doing that shit. It was some guy who was just booking it and he wants us to like sign on and have to sell tickets to, but that wasn't even so much probably someone booking it. It was just a guy who was able to, if he got bands, to book it and just try to make money off them. So I wouldn't say that's
an easy way to get.
That's not what whiskey was doing. I'm not trying to say that's their plan, but there are venues that go, hey, you pay us some money, like you do this and that. But there's always like a real venue will make they'll either do a contract with you, or they'll either make a deal like. We'll take a percentage of people at the door, like the door deal. There's like an actual contract of like, we'll give you this much or a guarantee. Like the fact that anyone would be like, you pay us a bunch of money to play and then like you don't get anything in return except to be able to play. That is the definition of you're paying to just play. You don't get anything in return. So if you get something in return, like, exposure. No, that's not like, you're not getting enough.
Yeah.
People buy, you want to know what's crazy?
Very willingly did. Because all it is like, most of the pay to play shit where it's ticket sales is like the promoter doesn't want to do their job. That's it. Like,
yeah, they're like, here, you sell, but like, sometimes they do it where they'll ask, hey, can we get tickets so we can sell them to our friends? Or they want a certain amount of tickets to sell. That's different if the band's doing it, not the promoter
like,
and other shit.
Because like, a very big one here, Sherman Theater, they've been, you buy the tickets from them at normal value or at face value, and then you're selling to upsell. They're like, yeah, you make money if you sell your tickets for more than what we sell them to you as. That's literally how they did it.
Yeah, they're
like, so bands then, punk bands, mind you, quote unquote, air quotes on punk, go and be like, hey, $15 for this local show back in 2010, 2007. And it's because we want to make $5 on the $10 ticket.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? The whole thing, it just reeks of fucking bullshit business. So
if you're trying to I mean, the whole setup for that just leads it to where then the band has to like
it's just a way
try to mark it up, and then they feel shitty for
literally
trying to
doesn't
make money.
have to do anything to make the money. They just like, cool, we you did all the work, we rake in the sales, you guys run all the shit. Like,
yeah,
business is dirty. But yeah, that's it's one of those things where I feel like when you see this stuff, it's not as much of a shock value because like we see this shit happen.
We know it, but normies
in different ways.
Normie music listeners, not to be mean, but normie just listen, just normal people that listen to music and don't understand this get blown up by this shit, and they go, "What the fuck?" They're like faking it. I'm like, yeah, no, like, but is clavicular an industry plant? Yeah, Peter Thiel backed all the tech billionaires. Actually, that is something that clavicular that dude was like getting money from Peter Thiel or something. Anyways, to get back to that, distracting me with clavicular talk. No, hi,
or Escuela grind with I'm sure they're an industry plant.
But yeah,
their drummer was sitting with all the fucking Republicans in that room from Escuela grind from a couple years ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Wait, what? I feel like I do.
Yeah, Escuela grind. They got called out for being like awful fucking people, super elitist, super fucking phobic, all this other shit. And then they're like, yeah, also here's a picture of their drummer in a suit, like being a politician with a bunch of Republicans in a fucking building.
I remember
like,
that,
the whole
but
thing
don't
is just
remember
like
that.
Bunch of fucking rich people trying to be grind people.
I do remember that, but I don't at the same time. I'm having a hard time. I love our little Clavy.
Yeah, they're still playing though. I don't know how people still support that band, but
I'll have to look up it again. This is me. I'll look it up and go, oh yeah, okay, I remember. But to the larger like issue with this band, it's just like the one thing that pops into my head about all this stuff where it's like, if they're working with them because they like them and they're helping Geese out and this and that, that's one thing. But if they're paying them to be like, blow our shit up, here's some money, because the company, if it's a company that's running as a company to do this, it's a service. It's not, unless they're trying to get certain artists they're working with on a deal or something to then like blow them up to get like a reputation. If it was newer, I mean, I have to look more into them. If they were like, hey, let's get really big and we'll take this Geese band and blow them up and see what happens, and we'll use them as like a prototype of like a template of like what we'll do with artists and how we'll project it to them.
By the time
so
Geese was getting help with the Getting Killed record, that they were fucking
so my
They already knew what shit was going. Like they already knew.
So
how
in
to
that
make
case,
it work.
if that's the situation, then Geese was paying them, and then it doesn't
Yeah,
help
for sure.
with the aspect of the kids, like the camera guy or whatever his name is. He yeah, Cameron, right? Yeah, Cameron. He well, like stated there was like nepo charges on him. People threw out online, and he basically was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like a nepo kid, but like whatever." And like I'm not like yeah, I've had a lot of tremendous like help, and so he was kind of like candid with it. And the issue that most people have that makes it such a big issue is bands that seem authentic, like they worked hard to get to where they're at. People want to believe that story arc, and when they find out it's a fucking lie, they get upset. And it's like, if you are just always from most people, they're like, if you're a rich kid, or like say like the celebrities where their kids are acting, they're like, yeah, my dad is fucking Ethan Hawke and I'm in Stranger Things like Maya Hawke. Or it's like, yeah, I've tremendously like privileged, but I like acting. And it's like, no one is saying you can't be an actor and that you're a piece of shit because you want to be an actor because your parents are actors. They're just like, you go out there and you have to be like, no, I've been tremendously gifted and my parents are famous. So like I get these roles and I'm aware of that. But it's the people that signal like, no, I worked hard to get here. That fucking entitlement of like, I worked to get here when you didn't is, it's just, that's the main issue.
Yeah.
That's the main problem. But to get to my point, I got lost. This guy, for how much people that might, from the perspective of someone that doesn't like this because of what happened, they go, this like rich kid who was able to then go to like really fancy music schools in New York and this and that, and then to have all this privilege, then to use money that is just around to him to then fake all this shit and pay for it to get bigger, to then the image of like what they are and pretending to be indie and like fucking like they made it. And I don't know if I don't see a lot of projection that they're like, oh, we're so like small time and we got really big. They don't seem to project that, but they're just already famous and they seem comfortable with like, oh, we're already huge now. And it's just like, part of me is like trying to analyze this, like, like some of the music might be good or this and that, but I'm just like, at what point is, if you've already been privileged, everyone doesn't have to sit there and like, some people will be like, well, I don't want to like support you anymore because like you fucking lied, or I like the music, but I don't know. Some people want to pay to buy their records because they know that they're like supporting that artist. There's a demographic of people that like to support an artist and give them money to continue to play music. But if you already have so much fucking money and you're just faking your way through it, like what is the incentive for someone to be like, oh, I really want to I just want to buy the record because I like this album? That's probably it at that point. It wouldn't be like, I give a shit about buying your shit because it goes to you because you're already rich as fuck. That may be that's a different subject, I guess. I'm trying to think it out loud right now, but
yeah.
I just don't like people that pretend to be.
Don't be a fucking poser.
Don't be a fucking poser. Right? That's,
poser shit gets fucking found out real quick.
It's funny that they're on partisan
posers.
They're on Partisan Records. That's the same label with the Idols. And you know what? There was accusations about Idols being like a bunch of nepo kids pretending to be punkers and shit, which I looked into. I didn't see much about it, and there wasn't really a lot of shit. It was just like some people saying that. So I was like, please don't be true. I love Idols. Like, I don't want to know that like they, not to say that they didn't work their ass off to get to where they are, even if they like had money and all this and that. But to think of like, I'm like, it's one thing about an artist, so I'm like, I don't really listen to him. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But I'm like, fuck, I like this band. I'm like, please don't be shitty like nepo kids who just like paid your way through shit. So I don't know, but I did hear something about it. But it was like a very small little thing, and I didn't see much happen. So if it was a bigger deal, someone would have blown that shit up more. I think maybe it was like one of the guitar players like came from like a rich family or something. But like, if that's the case, I'm all cool. Like he came
people
from
who have money,
and he went to go play punk bands. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Would you say it's just the resentment
like,
of rich people that people will never get rid of?
People, you also got to think about the fucking people who say that shit about a band who might be like any success in punk, and it's like, dude, I hate to be that person, but like, what gear are you playing? Oh, you also have an EGC? Oh, you also have this shit? Like it's okay to have money and be and like punk music. Like, it's not like the end of the world. It's just like there's something about like an attitude and a struggle that exists within the culture that you have to understand, and it binds people. And that if you didn't have that struggle, then don't claim it. Don't fucking, you just got to be yourself, and not be fucking fake about it. Like I said, just don't be a fucking poser.
Just don't be a
Like,
poser.
it's such a dumb thing to say. It's just such a, like a fucking childish fucking thing to say. But like, poser shit is poser shit. That's what it is. Like, it's not about like rich and poor shit for that. Like, it's
Well,
understandable.
actually, yes.
But like, there's like, there's aspects to it. It's everything's shades of gray.
I have something else
like
that came into my head.
That book is about punk rock. That's what it is.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, it's about punk rock. It's not about sex at all.
I was tied up with the fucking laces from the Doc Martens while he took off his stud jacket.
I was tied up from my
fucking
Doc Martens.
barebacked me.
Before he backshot me through a Bad Brains self-titled.
And then we had a circle jerk after. What does it say?
The Gorilla Biscuits.
Actually, the Somber band, I saw something about them being industry plants too, but I don't know much about Somber. Who's Somber? SOM.
Somber's just like one person, right?
I'll have to look into that.
Pretty sure.
L. Okay, so the thing
there's tons of industry plants. Anthony Fantano went at someone a couple years ago that was a massive industry plant, and it was like hella proven. But like, it's really hard to get. It was like this all woman.
Oh, the three girl, like the girl band with the three members, and they were total
the fucking punk band. But then you could tell, like, with the previous,
so obvious
installments, that she was doing also like, different types of music.
Well, a couple of them were like, they were like worked under a contract for something else for a big label, and then they couldn't take her music off, and they put her on. Like, oh, be in this group, and it's like NSYNC kind of shit or whatever. I think it's like an indie band. Okay, so let me I'm just gonna get to my point because I will forget it. The statement of, is it just a resentment of people that are rich and seeming to LARP as if they're poor? There's an article, there's something I read or watched that explained it, and I went, that makes sense. There's a level of when there becomes in America, like this, the structure of class society, right? When there becomes such a overly crowded section of rich people, they all get crowded where they don't, like, there's nothing, like, I don't know, like when you think about rich people in a higher up society, it's like, oh, they go to fancy restaurants and they wear like really fancy clothes, and like it's just like there's a point where some of them, they're like, it's just so normalized and boring that they want to be different. So there is something I saw before where there are rich people who want to, they see like, oh, I want to be in a punk band, or like the guy, like he like comes from this like rich family or this and that, where they want to do that because they see that being rich and where they're going to head if they do anything else is so fucking like boring, that I can respect the thought of someone going, I don't want to do this kind of shit and be rich and like do other weird, or be a tech guy, or be in this like upper class. I want to play music and I want to do this. So there's a level of like, he's trying to get out of this like rich box to be who he really should be. Because if he was born to another family that wasn't rich and he did what he did, would he have gotten as big with his music? Probably, maybe, if he's talented. Or was it just the influence of the money and where he came from that got him to the success? So, but what's driving him is because he loves to play music. And if that's what it is, then I'm like, I have respect for that. But if it's like, oh, I do all this music because it's like, it's cool and I make a ton of money and I just want to be rich, I think the intentions, people don't know behind it. So they just get mad and they like, well, fuck you, you're rich. And so like, I'm trying to understand, how should you feel if you find out about this stuff? But the fact that I will say that my conclusion, I guess I'll say with what I know now, I mean, we can look at more stuff, but the fact that if you knowingly were part of this and faking and this and that, it's just like, you have blood on your hands to an extent, and, or like, I don't respect you as a musician as far as like how you're getting to where you're at, I guess, because it seems very phony. But like, I'll still think your music is cool, or I'll still like a song or this and that, but I don't have a lot of respect for you. Like, I don't respect you as a musician. But if you write some cool stuff, I'm like, oh, well, it's cool, I can respect that. But the type of band Geese is, it's not a band I'm going out of my way to like listen to all the time. I heard a couple songs, I thought it was cool. It's just not my cup of tea to listen to it all the time. But at the end of the day, it's like people like what they like, and you can have these niche hyper critical thoughts of who they are and this and that and stuff. But I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But for me, I'm like,
yeah, like I said before,
I just don't like
I do
phony
feel,
shit. That's it.
yeah, I do feel like there's a degree of like you need to be like a lot of people need to vet their people a lot more now.
Well, oh yeah,
Like
gatekeeping. We talked about this
you
before. I'm
find
like, we do need to gatekeep shit because then you let people in that are
like to a degree
piece of
because
shit.
here's the thing is like it when it comes down to it, do I think like a little bit of money changes your ability to not be allowed in a music community? No, not at all. I don't. I am I maybe jealous because I've never had money? Sure. Would I be upset if
Oh
I
yeah,
saw you like dressing like me or saying you're poor, knowing you're rich? Yeah, that's when shit gets fucking fake. That's when you're a fucking poser. But when
identity.
like if we're just talking about like if someone's just born and they're a human being and doesn't matter what their situation is and they're like, damn, I don't want to do this shit, I have the ability to be a fucking musician, like I'm talented, I have some money so I can fucking grab gear, I have money for marketing, all this other shit, like there's no difference between them and someone who is signed to a major fucking label putting in tons of advertising money into that band. It's about how it's done ethically, and that ethical, that moral compass that you have as a person in the music community, you like hold it really tight to you because like it means a lot to you. Like it holds a special value to you as a person because you relate to this music. It catches you, it changes your emotions, it gets you through deaths and families, and it helps you celebrate. Like these bands, these musicians are like they do a lot to people, and when you find out that it was all a lie, where you find out that they're
Manufactured
de-
or yeah.
they're it's manufactured, you find out that they're a shitty person who does shit that you cannot deal with morally or ethically, it ruins that for you. And you as a person who took on the band, who decided all the marketing tactics, who decided to hire this company, all of it, like that's on your shoulders. You have to deal with that at this point. It doesn't matter what your intent was, it doesn't matter that you straight up just got caught doing something that isn't that great or that you didn't know. It doesn't fucking matter. It is on you now to make the next move, and it better be the right one or you'll get fucking buried. Like because like people aren't gonna just like, you might still have some fans here and there, but you're not gonna be able to do the shit that you wanted to do, especially with how people call out festivals now and how people fucking like people like have a bigger power. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because the truth is that there is a band or a musician just as good out there that you haven't found yet, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Like there is a band or a musician that is ready to be your next favorite band, next favorite musician, next favorite songwriter, that isn't a piece of shit that just only has 10 listeners. Like
Yeah.
that's out there, that's very real, and people are trying to like latch on to that, and then they get caught with this shit,
Well, it's
and
also
it's
they're
gonna cause a
flooding.
fucking problem.
Would you say that there's the excessive manufacturing of artists being so overblown? It muddies the waters of where all the people that could be found in normal ways, the way
Yeah,
the
dude.
systems are set up now,
Just
it's
like
all
every
set up
other
to
art.
manufacture. The marketing is manufactured, social media is manufactured, like everything is so manufactured. And I will say that I think to your point earlier of people, being really invested in something and this and that, and then finding out it's all fake and phony. It's like, is it our system, our country, like the capitalism system, that the way that people are trying to perceive success as a rich kid from a family who wants to play music, but also wants to be successful probably and make money on his own, because maybe he's like, oh, I don't want to like just be a rich kid and just take money, I want to make my own money. But you were set up
Like
already
to
to
really
make
put
that
it
money,
simply,
and the
to
system
really
is
put it simply for
structured
you,
to
Trey,
just
if you and I
forgot
were
my
in KMP and we just had money, like we just had money, like if we were in KMP again and we just had money, would we just not buy a van? Or would we just not go and record because it wasn't the right thing to do, even though we have the money to do it? No, we would buy a van and go on tour. We would be recording in a studio. We would be doing these things that make sense as a band. That's where it's like, I'm sorry that it's tougher for other musicians. And I'm coming from me, who literally is like, I can't put money in anything. Like I have fucking nothing to give or
Mhm.
promote or nothing. And all of my bands are bands that have 1 or 2 listeners tops. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not, but like if we had money in a band and we were like, we need to buy a van for tour and we're gonna go on our own tour, whatever, yeah, ethically fine, like we're, you know, decent people. Would we just like not buy a van because it was like it's not punk or whatever? It's to have a van. No, we would like buy the things we needed for our band. Because if money wasn't an issue, we would have the nicest gear. We would have the best way to transport. We would, you know, we would do what we had to get 2 shows. We would pay our own money to get 2 shows that it didn't matter because it was more important for us to be there. Like, or we would have more merch. Like all that stuff, it's all money. Like, so it's like, yeah, like having money, it's comparative to artists that don't have money. Yeah, I understand that, but like that, I think the lines of morality is what's more important in this stand. It's like the stance
Totally.
of like manufactured fake. That shit is where the problem is because like they talk about nepo baby shit and all that stuff. Is like I get that, but like any artist you're listening to that is on tour, they have money right now. Like
The
not any of them, but by the time most people are finding out about them,
Yeah,
they're
they're
already
already at a successful state, maybe.
like, cause like
So,
people
well, I had a
the big
point, I
blow
just
off
wasn't
just a couple
explaining
years
it
ago
well.
was like, the big point just a couple years ago was like, people talk about merch cuts. Like, merch cuts have always been happening. You just didn't know about them until now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, it yes, that needs to be fixed, and I'm glad people are doing something about it, but, like, this isn't super new to a lot of people because it's
It's
so
just there's
common, and I
everything's
think people are
getting
just figuring that out.
exposed. I think it's also just
Yeah.
the industry. So much shit gets exposed, and then there's people who get into it who go, "What's you know? It's funny. The thing that the reason people find out about stuff in industry shit is where the people are in it, and they go, "What the fuck?" and then they expose it, and then they get blacklisted from the industry. But then that fucking demon gets out, and then everyone starts talking about like, everything's built on like a house of fucking secrets and lies in the music industry. Like everything is. But my point was I get lost in trying to process out loud. So my point was, is there a disconnect between, say, a kid like Cameron, where he's in a rich family, where maybe someone who's rich and does music to get success, maybe is there a disconnect from people that don't come from wealthy families who see music as an art form and put a lot more of their heart into it, I'd say, because that's all they have, or like this is their outlet when they have nothing else, they don't have money. So there's a disconnect when people that are normal who see someone like a rich kid, the different metrics of what people that have money already or doing music because they already have money, the metrics of success are extremely different. So that's why someone would be like, well, fuck that band because they didn't work hard to get there. So, and then they're like, well, we like, oh, and then some people are like, we'll have money, but like, it doesn't matter. So like, there's a disconnect, I think, and it goes to a larger case study of like just class structuring. And I do think that with your point, if we had money, we'd get a van and this. So I'm like, for a thought experiment, if everyone who wanted to start bands and play music, if everyone just had a fund where everyone was able to pull money to do what they wanted, I'm like, what would that look like? Would it look like every city would have so many more concerts going on? People would have more, like, and I feel like that is
Yeah,
what
like,
would happen if the
the
access to
classified
stuff
because,
was
like, there was that study that
reachable.
came out. Yeah,
And then in
there was
Ireland, they're
that
giving
study that came
musicians
out in
money to live, and
COVID.
I'm like, they'll be more successful because they have their
Yeah,
means
well, there
met.
that study in COVID where it was like the first thing people did with COVID money when they had nothing to do and money wasn't an issue, they started picking up arts.
They
Started
started
learning
buying shit to do. Yeah, they started.
expression. Like people want it. Like, do you know how much more rich our society would be if money wasn't an issue? And that's just for everything. I believe if you're a human being on this planet, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, you deserve to have everything that is needed to be a human being, and
Yeah,
money
to
shouldn't be a
survive.
fucking issue for you
Yeah,
because like that money is fake. So, but like imagine if that border wasn't needed and you could spend the time only doing what you love to do or finding that craft or whatever. Like, yeah, our society would be rich in
I
good,
know.
earnest
Yeah,
people doing music. And I think you know what it is like there's this weird dystopian future that's constantly reminding us that we're in it is like
well, it's a rat
it's
race.
getting further and further away from can a real artist who's sincere and real actually start from nothing and get somewhere. And I don't know if that answer is generally yes without help in some way.
Yeah.
Like, it is really, really rare, really fucking rare that someone with nothing in a room that started nowhere gets to a point of being successful in a craft. And that's not just music, but music is just in that bubble. Like, it's not impossible. It happens, but it's not as common. And a lot of that shit that seems like real musicians, it's a lot of manufactured shit. Like, and the stuff that ends, like, we're talking about people like, oh, discovering on TikTok and shit. Now we're talking about only the people that discovered it from that platform, which, imagine how big you have to be anyway
To
to get
get seen. No,
recognized
I
on
know.
a
Yeah.
fucking platform like TikTok.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
what. Yeah.
bands that are touring 200 days out of the year and around, and maybe, less too, a lot of the year, who never hit even that point. And, like,
The
so
metrics are
we're
so
already
weird.
talking
Yeah.
about, like, a massive, already successful amount of musicians that you're pulling from. You're trying to find the ethical one from. And it's like, most of those people have already done what they had to do to get in the spot. Because, to be quite honest, I would rather be getting paid to play music I hate right now in life than doing what I'm doing to make money. I'd rather have money being able to play, like, sit and play music, like, even if it's not something I love to,
Yeah.
just
You're
as a
like,
job
oh,
being
it's
hired.
like a
So a
country. Like,
lot
say
of
you're like,
people
I hate country, but I'm playing
sacrifice that
bass in a
shit.
country band. Yeah.
It's like, a
Yeah.
lot of people
No, totally.
sacrifice that one thing because they'd rather, they weigh it up. They sit and have a real conversation with themselves. Dude, I could be, it would suck, but I could be playing this bass or this fucking guitar that I've loved, that I spent all of my life into, and I could be doing that for enough money to not have to worry about money for a while.
Yeah.
Or I could not hire a shady PR company. And I'm not saying Cameron did this, but there's people that do that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, Cameron, in my opinion, the way I see it,
Yep.
I think he was a dude that had money, and he said, fuck it. If this is going to get me there, I'm going to do it, because that's how I want to get noticed. Is I want to get noticed by this, like, fake natural way to create a narrative. That's how I see it personally.
And then
Call me a
spin it
negative
like,
person.
oh, I did this on purpose to see if I
Yeah,
could
like, call
fucking
me,
work the algorithm.
super negative about it, but, like, that's like,
There's
that's how I see it,
going
because
on
I see it
there.
all the time. I see fake musicians succeed all the time.
Yeah. Al said, wouldn't it?
So,
Yeah,
like,
earlier it said, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you say that it's also the way people find music that has been an issue? Now it's all TikTok to
I
either
agree,
take
yeah.
your time or money. And that goes to what I was saying. I'm like, it's like when you say like other countries, like in Canada, they have a program where if you ask the government and you go, hey, I have a label or I'm a band and I'm touring, they go, yeah, we'll give you money. They give them like thousands of dollars. I looked this up before. You can take from a fund to do music stuff. You just have to, like, if you put a vinyl out, you just have to put the Canada like government logo on the back. They just, all they ask is like, just put the branding to like, just to show that it, like, we helped. That's all they do. And like Single Mothers and like the Dine Alone Records, the label that Single Mothers and stuff they're on, they can get like government grants and shit just to like do stuff. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
It's considered foolish for Canadian
because they
bands
care
not
about
to do that.
art.
Like, so many bands do it.
They're like,
And
why
it's
wouldn't
like,
we
wouldn't
fucking
you
fund
love
the
help?
arts, eh?
Dude, I would love to be able to go to a dream studio just to record my shitty punk record. Like, get nothing out of it other than the experience, and someone to help me be able to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's about, like, yeah,
Like,
you
that's
got to
what
be
government is
upfront, you
supposed
have
to
to be
do. It's supposed to
transparent,
help you.
and you can't fucking lie about shit. Like,
I think there's a level of our country that we live in we live in such a weird fucking point in time where it's like people don't like the government because they're using money that we pay to like help people, but yet we'll fund all this evil shit and take all your money and give it to Argentina, and then they'll just waste all of it, or like give it away and blow up fucking kids and with bombs and shit. But God forbid we use that money to help people that live in the fucking country that we're all paying into. Everyone's so brain broken with politics shit. It's like your government is supposed to the point of government is to actually delegate like the money to where it needs to go to fucking help the country.
I
Like,
promise
it's
we're not a political podcast, okay? But we are sometimes. It's just how it
every
is.
life is
And L, I
political.
agree with you again. L said the money and marketing are just ruining music too. Like, how many videos do you see, like, quote in quotes, this song is about ... but where people don't even want to find out their own meaning anymore. Yeah, it's It's manufactured. It's fucking wild. We talked about it before about like that like Instagram band grind, doing like cringy shit just to get noticed, and how it can get you that fake following that books you that show in a new city, but then no one shows up.
Is this the
Like
song
it's
of
a
the
lot. It's
summer?
all yeah, it's all manufactured to like to because we are in like it does. We're in
Money.
dystopian world. It just doesn't look like it to our eyes.
Well, you
Like,
don't
because like
see.
it's
Yeah.
shrouded in shit that like I'm in a room dedicated to doing a podcast, put all this shit up so it looks not dystopian. We live in a dystopian world right now. There are people suffer. The definition of dystopia is the same as utopia in the reverse. So it's like people are succeeding on the backs of other people, and those people are fucking and then we're confused. It's being confused in front of our eyes. Like we literally live in a dystopian world right now. It's just it's good enough for most people to pretend it's not there.
Well, we
That's
also
what the powers
we're
that be
normal.
wanted.
Well, we're normalized to the
Yeah.
propaganda. We're normalized to all this shit. So, as much as like we all like understand, I'm like shit's not good. It's like you have to live a life, but
Yeah.
also like it's
Mm.
hard not to see shit like this and be discouraged when you're like, when I was a kid, all I want to do is like I want to fucking play in a band. I want to tour and I want to be a musician. And like maybe I was like, yeah, I want to be famous, but like I want to be famous if I get to a point where I'm playing and I can do what I do. Like the bands that you see guys that are like in bands where, there's a level of you get a certain amount of success, but you're not pieces of shit and exploiting people. Like say like just any hardcore band that's been doing it for 20 fucking years that get to a point where
Yeah.
that's their career and they're fucking every time they come out, you see old fucking like 40-year-old hardcore dude or someone in a punk band, they come out and they're fucking just smiling. Like they're doing what they love. And that is infectious. And it's like that kind of vibe is what people want to manufacture that as a fucking product to then just make money. It's fucking disgusting and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then people normalize it. And then like Rick Beato did a video of this one guy. It's like, I don't know if he's Irish or this one dude can't say something, but he plays this like little fucking pop, like Benson Boone song. And he's like, yeah, I posted it fucking 3 million times and I finally got it. I'm like, what? Just to get famous to where you can do it and make money? Like, do you care about the song? Or it's just a product. Everything's a product. And it's like, the more I keep thinking it's not, and I keep realizing it is, everything's just a fucking product for us to shove down our throat. And it's upsetting. It makes me sad. And I'm like, how can we make it better? Stop propping up shitty fucking corporate shit. Yeah.
That connection of like people not wanting it to be a product. I think you're totally right. I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's like people want
it's not about
the music to not
product,
be a product. They want it to be a part of them. And Elle, I was just saying like how like there's a meaning for the consumer too. The consumer, it has a meaning for them. I know that like I'm a fucking big ass AFI fan, and not everyone has to be, but you're wrong.
They came through here recently. I wanted to see it,
but they always said like when people ask them what does this song mean, and they're like, well, what does it mean to you? Then that's what it means. They don't ever explain anything. Like that's how it was for a while. It was like, yeah, like you have to connect with it too, and like when that trust feels broken, that's when you get called out, and is it a lot of more work to be authentic? But yeah, but like you just do it the right way and it will pay back for you. Like if anyone out there is watching this who is like, I have money, but I want to be a musician. Yeah, cool. Do it. Just don't be unethical. Like it's just not that hard. Just like you can promote your shit. You can do whatever you want to do. You can play that game. There's
just don't
a way
LARP
to do
as
it
a struggling artist. That's it.
Yeah, just don't LARP. Yeah, don't be a fucking poser. And
just don't lie. Don't lie. That's it. Just don't lie. People have more respect.
What really happens is like, you might not be as big as that person, but you don't need to be. You could sell out like to be real, you could sell out 100-person venue every night and be doing pretty fucking good for a while, especially a solo artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that hard. It's just people will have this unreal expectation of like of how things should be or they want it to be rather than what can be naturally.
No, totally. Yeah.
Bands that have nothing to say but blow up. Yeah, dude, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And you know what it is? It's like there two things that happen there that are crazy is bands that do have something to say get like,
for years,
blown over, muted, hindered. and muffled because what they have to say is maybe too strong of an opinion or a little too disagreeable. Like say like a band in a big setting being overly political now, which is very important and popular now. They would normally get a lot of feedback while they're growing, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that until you're a bigger band, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then there's also like those bands that just like they blow up and there's nothing to them. It's fake as fuck. I can think of a couple.
Yeah. I was trying to read this other article. It's like, is organic music discovery dead? I would say it is to an extent because the platforms that
At home it is.
were
Yeah, you have to go out.
well, yeah, I mean, well, it's like online and stuff. Like, we like me and Elle, we would talk about like when we were doing our band and we were like the screamo days where there's just random people that would just have a blog spot with like doing album
Mhm.
reviews. Like, shout out to My Endless Minutes if anyone knows who that is or what it is. That was like the sickest. I don't think they do this stuff anymore, but it was just a blog spot where they even put a review up of our stuff. I think I messaged you, like ask them like, hey, we review our stuff. They're like, okay, and they review it and they throw up a link on Bandcamp, or you just give them a Mediafire link, and then people, all of it was like just download it for free. Like, it wasn't about money. It was just like, check out these sick bands. If you want to like support them, go buy a vinyl or go help them. Buy
Mhm.
something from them just to help them. Like, if you get it for free, coming from the streaming aspect, people would get shit for free, but they would always, for the money they're not spending, if they like the artist and they get it for free up front with like some of the digital, they would be like, I'm gonna go to a show and see him and buy a shirt. They're gonna end up spending more money than they would just buying your digital stream if they really like you and they want to
Yeah.
be a fan. So it's like, Mindless Minutes was a cool spot. And then I found it and I would go all there and like, what kind of cool bands or what kind of cool bands are on here? And then you could listen to it, you could download it.
Mhm.
Just like the organic kind of stuff, it's all just the big tech companies have just completely brainwashed us all to where we go to Spotify, we get fed algorithms of like what you should listen to. Like people put on just playlists. They just like, I just put playlists on all the time. And I'm like, no shade to it, but that's not me. I'm like, maybe I'm old school. I find a band, I go to the album, I listen to the album from front to back. I want to see what the
Mhm.
story is. I want to see an arc. I'm not a person who just puts on playlists and, if I'm busy or doing shit, I'll put like whatever. I'll just put a playlist on, just have music in the background. But if I'm gonna engage in music, I'm gonna fucking listen and I want to hear a story. I want to feel moved. Like the sugar fucking music that comes out now, just like that is masquerading as deep, is just like
Mhm.
pop. Anything that's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like people that they get
It's
so big
also
and
just
they
like
have nothing to say. Like the scene, like fucking twinkle bands, or like just some bands that just like they're sick as fuck, but there's no message behind it. It's just noodling, or like just like generic lyrics about like, well, shit, like life sucks, or like just oh, it'll sound cool, but there's nothing there.
well, it's once again it's that LARPing aspect, right? Because like Snowing is the best band ever, but like other bands that try to be Snowing and do the same shit as Snowing aren't as good because it's not real.
Yeah, and they don't
You
have
know
the
what I'm saying?
same
Like
lyrics and songs and stories.
it's not do because you're all you're doing is mimicking that. You're LARPing. So you
Yeah.
have to do something yourself. And so like I hate to be that person, and I've been still a part of plenty of bands that suck and that people hate. So I'm not pretending to be any better, but like sometimes, like unfortunately sometimes your band just isn't it. And like that's cool. Like it's all right. Like it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? My bands aren't it too. I get it. But like, not everything is meant to be a blow up. Not everything you like sometimes you're meant to be in a band to learn how to be a better bandmate.
Hmm.
You're in a band to learn how to be a better musician with people or how to play along with different personalities. Like sometimes it's all like a different learning experience. But like, I mean that's a side too. But yeah, like anyway, the other day, like it's not the other night at this point, it's a couple weeks ago. I did a stream where I was just like, I wanted to find new music. Remember how we were like doing shout outs and stuff? Like it takes a little work, but like a site like Bandcamp is not like I can't promote them enough because like yeah, like see, I feel like finding music on Bandcamp a decade ago was so much better than any algorithm. So Bandcamp is still good though because like it's a
Even though
little
I did a video about how it like was gutted and it's not like it used to be, it's still functioning.
no,
But
no, it definitely
a
it's
lot of the
not
people that made it good
it's
are
not the
gone.
website that people think they want because like it's not like a streaming service and this and that. It's not the same. But if you spend a little time, you can literally go to new arrivals under any genre your heart's desire, and click artists from everywhere. And all of these people that put up on Bandcamp, some of them, yeah, a lot of them end up on Apple or whatever you're streaming so you can find them. But a lot of these bands don't even pay for their shit to be on streaming services. So like you're gonna find bands that to be honest, that fit that fantasy more, that fit that struggling artist appeal that you want from people, because everyone knows that like Bandcamp's where you put your music when you want a reliable free place for people to listen to and this and that. Like everyone puts up on Bandcamp, and it's not as easy, or it's not, they
It's
could
not super easy
streamline some things a
navigating
little
and
bit better
finding shit.
but like literally you just you like I just got to it. I went to search discover music all the way down to browse all, and then I go new arrivals, and then I usually, because I'm me, I'll go to fucking hardcore or punk or whatever, and then I'm listening to hardcore bands. And when you click punk, it gives you subgenres: hardcore, punk, boom. I have 7 bands here that shit, and their merch. So if you like a cool shirt, you can check the band out. Like, so it's like you got to put a little work into it, but I promise you, those bands that fit that, like, I mean, is it going to sound as polished? Probably not. Is there going to be things? Yeah, but like some of the best bands are right there in front of you. They're just not on streaming services. They're not, that there is a barrier between you and them still, and you need to find that. And maybe back in the day, it was more normalized to find those things when you're into music. Like you put on the radio, you didn't just listen to normal music. You went to college radio because they were the ones that would play the band. And then when you heard it, you had to make sure you paid attention to the band's name and song.
Because if they say it and you don't remember, you're like, oh fuck, what were they called? We played did I ever tell you we played a college radio station? It was sick. Back home.
Yeah, I used to way back in the day. I played a couple times we did live sets where we couldn't curse and shit. That was really funny.
We had like 2. What did we have? We had like, they put like 2 mics. They just put like a mic in the room. It was like an electronic voice, like the broadcast mic, and then they just put one like near the drums. I'm sure it didn't. I want to see if we can find that recording. I don't know, Al. Also, did you ever see this band on Bandcamp, Drew? You ever heard of this band called Blood, Sweat and
Beers? No.
Oh, it's crazy.
What's this?
I don't know.
Is that crazy. You?
No, or
California.
Oh, it's outdated, but yeah, this is the band. This is me and Elle's fucking surf rock band. Was way too drunk for that show.
Oh, nice.
I think we should do another album. I don't know. Here, I'll play a song off it. Super like, it's our surf rock band. Alone again. It's surf emo. Why am I alone again?
It's funny because if you didn't give anything about surf and you just played it, I would be like, oh, this kind of sounds like a normal Midwestern emo song.
Well, that's when we fucked around and wrote
hear surf in that unless if you said something,
I don't even remember. We when you wake up in the morning, the waves are calling your name. Chug half a can of Coors that has been sitting in your bedroom for 3 days and jam this album driving to the beach. Surf rock isn't a fad. It's our life, and it's now or never. We ain't gonna live forever. I think I wrote that. But yeah, we just were fucking around. We did like a surf rock album. I think we should do another album because it's pretty fun. Surfing with Satan. Yeah.
Can I be the tambourine player in the band?
Sorry, what?
Can I be the band's tambourine player? Can I be added to the?
Also, I haven't listened to this mix in so long. I use this with I think I had my old Tascam 8-channel interface where I actually was able to mic up all the drums. Before then, it was 2-channel fucking Behringer stereo or Behringer mixer head into a 2-channel M box for digit design. But yeah, so this is a cool band. Check it out, Blood, Sweat, and Beers. We gotta finish the American Memories new album, and then we'll do a Blood, Sweat, and Beers. I actually really do want to write another surf rock kind of fun band. That's it's It's fun. Anyway, so back to Geese. Hell yeah, we need a tambo. That tambo is so fucking loud in that mix. I just realized how loud that mix.
And when I tambo hard.
This is when what year was it? Oh, there's me singing. Sorry. Doing. A little bluesy. But anyways, yeah, we don't need to listen to that shit. Oh, actually, feeling too sorry. I'm like getting so sidetracked. I just wanted to show this to Al. I was like, what? Oh shit. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? This is actually. Okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we should do another album. That'd be great. Oh, okay, anyways. I forgot how much I like those songs. Not because I was part of it, but just, you know, when you make, if you ever listen to something like, we pulled up the old kid stuff, and I was like, this is sick. And I don't know if you ever just like forget like a song you made, or like it's so out of my head, and I listen to it, I was like, actually it's not that, like, because when I make a song I go, it's all right, like, you know, I was always like, it's okay, it could be better. Like, I think my brain just thinks like I could have done it better, because like my perfectionist brain of like thinking that it could always be better. But then when you listen back, you're like, actually it's not that bad. I thought it wasn't that bad. Also, I forgot what it sounded like, and I'm like, this actually wasn't that bad.
Can it always be better? Yes, it could always be better, but does it always need to be better? No, it doesn't always need to be.
The vocal performances were pretty good on the album. There was one that it was kind of offbeat to sound like snowing. Oh yeah, snowing song with tambourine. Yeah, we were like really into snowing when we made that album. The last song is actually good too. Yes, one of my better vocal performances. Well, it's a sign. We have to start. We gotta run with blood, sweat, and beers full time now. Just you know, it's so funny talking about surf rock. I was just listening to Waves like yesterday. Waves came up somehow on my shit, and I was like,
Wave of His?
Wave of His? Yeah, Waves. I like Waves. The guy's a fucking asshole, apparently. I think like the main guy who's like that band. Apparently, I've heard. I don't know. He's got an ego, but dude, King of the Beach, solid album. Okay, getting back to music stuff. Side tangent. Chapel Run. Yeah, I think I feel like we basically kind of covered most of what. I don't really know what exactly is. Maybe I'm missing something besides your culture's creator marketing services different, as you said. So I think the main takeaway from the aspect of the social media, like what they did to get to where they are, I think it's a larger conversation. Maybe we don't have to have the whole conversation here, but what it would look like.
How much that package costs? It says that package costs $2,000 a month with a 9 month minimum term.
Where?
Right above what you highlighted.
Oh shit! Oh, right here. Oh, sorry. The package costs $2,000 a month with a minimum 9 month. Okay, so this is getting more in the details. Let's go. According to a marketing deck seen by The Guardian, but after Chaotic Good bragged about manufacturing virality in its Billboard interview, Jack B worried that it could overshadow all the super hard work the artists I work with have been doing, just because we decided to fuck around a little. We decided to fuck around a little bit on TikTok. You basically were you're stating you fucking manufactured like burner accounts
fucking
and
view
shit.
botted people's success, and then
You
you're like,
fucking
oh wait,
bitch.
I
You
realized I'm
fucking
fucking with their
shithead.
integrity. Is that what he's saying?
I hate the
I'm a fucking
backstepping
idiot.
people. Backstepping. They go,
Yeah.
well, I mean, dude, I'm like, dude, fuck you. You said it. Own it, you piece of shit. If you're gonna fucking brag about,
literally,
faking
like,
artist streams and shit.
Earlier in this
Be a
thing,
fucking
he said,
coward.
oh, right up top, right by the picture, it says, I forgot the general music consumer doesn't realize that there's a million companies that do this. So like,
so like everyone else is doing it.
Decided
So
to fuck around a little bit on TikTok. You knew what you were doing.
well, everyone's doing it, so I did it. But like, I just wanted to try it. I mean, I've been doing it for years, but like only for like every artist I work with. I
just wanted to fuck around with it for like 5 or 6 years, not just 4. You know.
What a fucking loser. Fuck you. What's his name? Jack. Piece of shit. Fucking.
Jack, weirdo.
Yeah. I hope you. I hope you. His name. You know what? This like you were saying like before. You're like, oh, I want to get into like marketing or this and that, and like also you're like, oh, fuck that, and then you're like, marketing people like marketing could be fine without being super manipulative, but it is inherently manipulative and shit.
Oh, so my friend Chris commented, or you know, I posted the link for today's stream.
Stream got weird,
and he commented on it. He said, "I'm not angry about the industry plant stuff. I just wish it weren't such a mid band blowing up."
I mean, I see, I don't know. I see potential and like I get what they're doing to an extent, but I also just like. I'll say the biggest thing about their songs is his like his voice, like the like whiny strokes kind of shit that I can't fuck with it for like too long. It's just kind of grating. I think maybe it's a neurodivergent thing. I feel like the style of the way he sings
on that car ride, and I remember
I can look past
the whole thing. I don't remember being annoyed by any of it, but there is a weird song on his solo record that I was like, that song creates nightmares for me. I can't fucking. And Pat was laughing at me about it. I was like, I cannot handle the amount of sensory disorder I get, like issues I get from that song, because it's literally just chaos noise going. It's really weird.
We should listen to it.
Like on purpose.
I'm like, what song?
And the whole time, if I'm not mistaken, it's panning left and right the whole time too. There's a lot going on that I'm like,
see, that sounds
exciting. It was giving me like a fucking panic attack, and I hated it. So I was like,
you mentioning this just makes me want to play it now, but I'm like, I'm not.
You should. You can. I just can't listen. It was loud at like 11 o'clock at night in the car. It was like
that's different. Yeah, tell me what song. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, because like I said, he's all tongue in cheek. Like the one record's called Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Like he's not dumb.
Geese. 1.7 million monthly listeners. That's crazy. Getting Killed, 3D Country, Alive, Projector, 2021. Yeah, albums, singles and EPs, Taxes. I like the Taxes song. It's not bad. Like I said, his voice sometimes it's a little grating for me, but like when it hits on like the chorus or like certain spots, I'm like, oh, I like that. I like how that sounds. What's is it on the newest album?
Yeah, it's called Nina plus Field of Cops. It's like the 9th or 10th song on the record.
On 3D. I was on the new one.
It's on that heavy. It's on that Heavy Metal record.
Metal record. Oh, show all. Oh, it wasn't showing all of it. Heavy Metal. I'm on Spotify. It doesn't
like,
show.
I don't know how to explain it.
It doesn't show Heavy Metal as an album. Chaotic. It doesn't show.
Oh yeah, it has like a chain.
Or is it EP?
Over his face.
What? No, I mean, is it not on Spotify?
Cameron Winter.
Oh, Cameron Winter. I thought you meant Geese.
Oh, no.
Sorry, we're talking about. I was mentioning the Geese band. I thought you meant Geese, not Cameron Winter. He has 1.1 million. It's just a photo of him like on a webcam. That's funny. Heavy Metal. Oh, that album. Okay, I've seen that cover. I just never realized that was what that was when I saw it. Like what it is now. The Rolling Stones. Let's see. Feel the Crops. All right, let's check it out.
Just turned it really low.
Oh, I realize it's not even being picked up because it's not coming through. It's not coming.
Oh, it's coming through on my end.
No, on your end it's not. I realize it's not coming through on the Here, I'll just do this real fast. I'll just do capture audio. What's the stream? My stream?
No, yeah, on my side. Yeah, on my side. We're good.
Oh,
I think I accidentally searched in that browser as well.
Yeah, okay.
I meant to do remove audio input.
Capture. I just meant to add a application audio capture. There you go. Just capture the audio from Spotify. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Does it work now? All right, it's playing in the OBS. Does he have a lisp?
I don't know.
All things of, like he has a lisp. I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm just like, I was just trying to show what it sounds like. I kind of have a lisp because my tooth got fucked up and they grinded it down, so now I have like a lisp when I say certain words. So I can talk about lisps and mimic it because I do have a lisp, so I'm not being offensive. That's all I'm saying. You're suspicious of treasures in plastic covers. All things flop over, the oven is open and the kitchen is lying. My name is gonna sound old to you, but yeah, like that the voice is like that alone is pissed. There's just like annoys me. Just it's like I don't know. There's something about it where it's like so. I think it mimics like a whining. It sounds like someone whining, like I don't want to, you know, like it's not even so much like I'm mad at it. It's just it's triggering something in my brain where it's like he's like whining, and I'm like I don't want to fucking. It's like someone whining. That's what it is.
Just it doesn't get any different than this. Like it never. It just.
Oh,
gets
I thought you meant.
noisy.
I was waiting for. Are you saying like the piano? Because the piano is kind of jangling around.
The whole and the whole thing is,
I didn't know if
it's
you
like
like it was
when you're sitting in a
crazy.
loud car stereo, like you hear everything moving, and
Bing,
it's
bing,
like,
bing, 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 bing. It's just
it's honestly it's
yeah.
nauseating to
Well,
if I'm being really honest.
Well, it's like it's almost like is it tongue in cheek? Like I'm gonna make this so annoying to listen to, but like it's like you'll love it. Like I yeah. It's too highbrow. It's too highbrow for me. I guess I'm just a simpleton. I don't understand
This motherfucker likes
the rich. Yeah. And then there's people who like musicians, and then people like Geese or whatever, where they're like, it seems very like it's very tongue in cheek, some of it, and or like it's very planned. Like the avant maybe it's just the way I think some of it I just guess I see through, and I just feel like it's it's very like curtailed to like be a certain way instead of just like being what it is, and the fact of the pain and the manufacturedness behind it almost in my brain I guess makes me feel like it's validating the thoughts I have about pretentiousness of what it sounds like, some of the music. And I'm not saying that some of it's bad. I'm just saying like I can see like that kind of vibe. It's people who are like, oh, I'm really into music. What's up?
Hey Trey, imagine having to be the one who mixed that fucking piece of shit song.
I'm also not trying to sound like a dick about it because I'm like it's my subject. I'm just saying to myself, if someone listens to me,
he didn't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I'm not mixing
I'm gonna
this.
fucking jangle on this old ass piano and make fucking old shit and have the most whining ass voice in the world. You're gonna take care of it. Like, and someone else had to sit there and be like, I'm doing this for the right reasons.
He's like, I better get.
I'm getting paid.
He's like, I thank God this motherfucker's got money. He's like, I'm so glad I have money.
Who makes noise? That's all he does is make noise.
Yeah, there's a difference between structuring a song to be annoying on purpose because of an artistic style of it, and to be grating to abuse the listener to force them to be like, can you make it through the song? And it's in that way, it is an artistic form of like, I can get that, and it kind of is funny. But like if the song like that he made where he's like, no, like I put a lot of work into this and it sounds like this, and it's supposed to be very enjoyable to listen to, then I have to say bullshit. And or like subjectively, I don't think it's good. But you know, if people like it, they like it.
Now,
and if they like it, I have questions on why they like it.
The song before this song is great. So like
he's like, I gotta throw some.
I'm talking about this one piece of shit song that he wrote. He tortured someone else with mixing and mastering, which takes so much fucking time to sit there and listen to that dumbass song over and over again.
I have a theory.
I had to be subjected to it in a fucking car at 11 o'clock at night in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So listen, fuck that song.
Fuck
the
it.
song
I have a
before
theory.
that song
I have
is
a theory.
very good though.
My theory is that his style is, I'm gonna make songs that slap, and I'm gonna make grating fucking unlistenable songs to where it really makes the songs that are good pop out and seem better than they really are, to subjectively or objectively be so much better than these other songs he has, that where people go, well, I really like that one. So it kind of is in a way tricking them to think that they really like the songs that are good, that maybe aren't great, but they're just exposed to it. And then the others, this dude, it is a psyop. The government is in on this too. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You know what's crazy?
I toe a line of being subjective.
So here's my thing.
Yeah, but not
as someone who does
rude
listen to, like you said, like listen to whole records and stuff. As someone who does do that, like I put on a record and listen to it all the time for like all day. He makes me happy that my car steering wheel has a skip button, so I don't have to reach any further out of my way to calculatively, which isn't a word, skip a song every single time. Because that's all you're doing is you're putting a song on a record. And once again, personal opinion, you're putting a song on a record that everyone's gonna be fucking skipping, and that's kind of fucking annoying. At least make it a weird B-side 4 hours into the last song, or however 10 minutes into the last song, however people used to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because like all you're doing is like, oh great, now I have to hit my fucking button and skip this annoying ass song.
I hope there's
ruin the vibes of the other songs.
I hope there's not huge Geese fans that come in here and start yelling at us.
I kind of did it on purpose.
No, honestly. Yeah. Okay. So listen, if my knowledge is correct, the fact that their whole hype has been so manufactured and fake. If there are real fans? They're people who like the music they found because they like it, and they're not going to be diehard obsessive people that only found it in on TikToks where they're just I don't know, maybe there is a diehard fan base already for a band that, but at what point, what do I believe if their whole fan base is if their whole like band and image and all this shit is so manufactured to a point, then how do I know that the fan base that is proving that it's great is even fucking real, when they have, for every 100 people that say it's not good, there's 200 that say they love the band? So at what point am I being botted by, not that I am, but if I was getting botted by Geese fans, I'm like, how are they do I even know if they're real? You literally botted your whole career into an existence that I don't even know if I can fucking like know that the reality is real around you.
Gaggle.
I'm trying to be funny. I'm being a little over.
Everyone knows this guy. No, here, going to go one step further. Ready? Here's where my mind goes for fucking.
Yes. Okay.
A gaggle is a group of geese, but
even
to go further in my fucking tin hat, I was actually thinking about making a tin hat to have, so we can just have a segment where I put it on.
I think.
But how do we not know? They're still paying the company so that way they can pull it down and work the algorithm to even out, so that way they don't lose a following. You see what I'm saying? Because like, just because they got caught doesn't mean they're not playing they're not doing the game anymore. Like, no one's stopping people with money to do the thing and then be like, oh shit, we got caught, let's make another money move to not get caught, as if we don't fucking see it in politics, as if we don't fucking see it all the time and everywhere else. It's happening in music too. So this is what happens, is like, cool, now we can't trust anything this dude does, right? Like, because it seems kind of fake, and like, well,
it's
they
like
could be manipulating different markets to still be successful. He's still got on Coachella shows on the dime. He's still got all this success on the dime of unethical practices.
So
there's no difference. Like,
with what you were saying, am I correct in what you were saying? I kind of zoned out for 2 seconds, and I think I just forgot exactly what you said. But if I'm correct, what if the whole bodying stuff he was doing on purpose to then bait to where people can call him out for being fake and manufacturing all this drama just to get more attention to them? This, any attention is good.
That's I was saying, like, what stops them from doing the same exact tactics to drown out all the hate with more
Exactly.
love?
So I think I was listening
Like
to what you were saying, but I was
oh shit,
I was
we'll just
trying
do
to
it
process
again,
what I was thinking, so I got
and
lost.
it'll be cool because they'll think that we learned from our mistake, and then we'll just do it one more time, and then you'll be good.
I'm
Yeah, so
saying,
it's
what
like
if they manufactured fucking? I need a tin hat. What if they did all of this, and they did this? They're
We need
like,
to make tin hat.
let's do this fucking guy to like this company to do all this fake shit. We'll blow it up. We'll get the benefit of blowing it up to a point where we're gonna get a lot of attention, but then we'll fucking psyop our own psyop, and then we'll literally we'll leak that we did this. I'm just kidding. We'll get Wired to do an article. I don't think that's true, but it'd be funny if they were doing all this to manufacture drama to get more fucking people to have their eyes on it. Because for a little bit, it's like Geese. Everything's about fucking Geese.
Yeah, dude, this band never should have been on my radar. I never would have found them naturally. I don't seek out these bands. I don't listen to them. It's not that I'm against indie music. I love tons of indie music, but I don't find bands. My friend Pat, good. I love my fucking bandmate, buddy. Can't wait to hug him, Pat. The way he found them and showed me at the exact time that this was called out. And then it was like he showed me, and then out of nowhere starts getting big right after that. And then it like played out like a book, like a fucking script, right? And then just as they start losing the cool, Psyop. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I wouldn't put it past him. That's all. I wouldn't put it past him, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Are we basically? I went into this kind of standing on the outside, but now I feel like we're basically proving that it's a psyop. I went in like, is it a psyop? Well,
I always thought it was. I wanted to preface a lot of saying that, like, I don't think it's a matter of like someone with money used his money to become big. Because that happens all the time, and I don't think that that's generally a problem. It sucks that people who don't have money don't get the chances, and they have to work a lot harder, and it's usually stacked against them. But it's not about that. It's the ethical issue of who they chose to use, how they chose to manipulate their audience to get the audience. That's the stuff that's in question. That's the stuff that you're responsible for as the musician. Like, it doesn't matter who you hired or whatever. You chose that. You fucking chose that package. That's $2,000 a month. You fucking did that. So you now deserve whatever the fate gives you at this point. It's just how it is. So yeah,
at this point, it seems like
a plant for sure.
I feel like no one cares.
He made a bad decision and hired someone with bad ethical practices, and then that they did something, and then they got caught, and everyone's trying to roll it back.
So check this out. It says for what they did. It says it's also debatable. There's like a fucking gnat or something in my light up here, and I can see him in the fucking umbrella. Anyways, it's also debatable whether these campaigns are strictly legal in the UK. The Federal Trade Commission has also deemed this kind of marketing legal in the US. It's legal? That's fraud, basically, at that point. But per the UK Competition and Markets Authority, anytime a social media creator has been incentivized to promote, endorse, or review a product, they must clearly label the content as an advertisement. But the guidance for creators is aimed at a product endorsement. For example, a clothing item or a cleaning product, which doesn't cover which agencies such as Your Culture and Chaotic Good do.
I see.
So it's a person, a band, it's not a product. But they are a product. You're selling their fucking stuff. Technically.
Well, once again, to go back to Chaotic Goods, evil doing or wrongdoing, intentional wrongdoing, is that, and this is once again coming from someone who's just not knowledgeable in everything but saw it, is the same type of issue happened over in YouTube world with paid products, and they weren't advertising them properly, so it looked like the kids toys thing where it was like Ryan's World got called on it real bad, where it was like, look at this awesome product, and they're promoting this product to their audience, and they weren't saying that like, it was a paid advertisement. So they got, a lot of people got sued, and that got put into things, and now everything has to be labeled paid this and that. That happened over in YouTube world, completely unrelated. It's the same thing that they're talking about. Like, they knew what they were doing, they knew what their practices were, so that's where it's like, it doesn't fucking matter to me. They know what they're doing.
Like, I did that review for
the whole,
that wireless
everyone else
mic.
does it. That doesn't make you any less guilty. Doing, like, the whole world does it. You're just guilty with the whole world.
I don't think there's
there's no difference.
Well, you look at like gear YouTubers and people. It's like, if you're getting paid or they're doing it, it's like, here's the thing. there's a level of people that go, I like your content. Also, like, if this is what you do all the time, you have to make money. And if your videos don't make enough money or you need money, it's like, there's like, I don't give a fuck that like some, channel, like a guitar company or guitar person, they're like, oh, I did a video, they sent me stuff and I'm doing it. It's a paid promotion. They're paying me or either just giving me the stuff. There's nothing wrong with if you do that and you make a couple bucks
and
but
purposely hiding it to make the money. That's
but if you brand it and you show it, and then some people will be like, oh, they're fucking shills and this and that. I'm just like, if people are doing it, okay, so shout out, whatever. I mean, like, I did the one video about the wireless mics and stuff. This company hit me up and was like, hey, if you do a video, you can just like keep it. And I'm like, okay, that's a fair trade. I have no incentive to like really do anything besides actually test it and see if it's cool and do a video. If they don't like it, then whatever. Like, if they'd probably be like, give us the shit back, I'd go, okay, whatever. I was not incentivized by any way except just like, hey, just like do a video. So I did a video. I actually thought it was a decent wireless mic set for the price point. And I went, hey, I'm all about budget shit. So it aligns with my values. So I did the fucking video. I put it as a paid marketing thing. I will shout out or call out.
All you did was get something. All you did was
I got the product.
Like, all you did was the thing.
They're like, you can keep it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that the issue is like, if they were like, we're only going to pay you if you say these good things in this script, even if you disagree with it. That's where the shit
they
comes
didn't
right?
say that to me, so I'm like, okay.
So like that's where, but obviously, and I knew that from behind. You told me when happening. Like, I knew that you were like literally just making a review, and you just.
I'm like, it's a review,
like,
and
I
also
get that, so.
like, cool. I got
but
a free
that's
mic.
not. People don't have issues with that. People love.
No, and they
reviews.
don't.
Like,
but
there's never a shortage of reviews and shit. But like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like advertising it as one thing, but then you're doing it to actually be.
But then there's like, people who only do paid advertisements all the time, where it's only paid, where then I'm like, maybe you'll show me how it works and I'll take my own advice from it. But if you only do, there's this audio, I'm not going to name him. I don't even fucking know his name, but there's this one guy who like has done legitimate shit as an audio engineer, and maybe some people respect him and this and that. And like, there is a lot of people who, like, I don't claim to be the smartest person or you should listen to everything that I do. I just make content and like want to say shit. I just want to talk shit. And if I see something that's cool and like, you do a pedal, like, this is cool, let's do a video about it. But there are some people where it's like fucking gratuitous. This one engineer guy,
well, it's almost
all
like
he does is marketing.
The whole channel is based on just doing that, which is like,
he started out just doing videos, and now it's like, it's only fucking paid shill. And when he does it, it's very phony and it's fucking very obvious. I'm like, you're just doing this because you're getting paid. And I lose a little respect. I'm like, I don't like this guy. Every time and he was like in every fucking ad. I would be, because I do audio stuff and I get ads. Every fucking plugin or a fucking this, he's just like, hey guys, and he's like trying to pretend like he actually gives a shit. I'm like, dude, there's a level of like, you're so phony, dude. Like, you're so phony.
Yeah, like,
you had me for a bit doing some stuff, and now I'm like, you're just a shill.
I think the difference is like, there are definitely like channels that like, that's what they do. They found their niche and it's perfect. And like, I value that.
If you make money and you feed your family, that's fine.
A channel
but
like us, for some reason, like I do the pedal things I do, I strictly do not say review, because I'm not reviewing the fucking pedal. I'm demoing it for fun. Like,
demo, not review.
I've reached out to some companies to be like, hey, if you ever have something you want me to demo or whatever, I'll gladly do it. I can do things where you can send it to me and I can send it back or whatever, or I can try to buy the product and just do it on my own. Like, it's not to like, it's purely for fun to do it. Like, I'm not trying to like make anything off of it. I'm not trying to get anything out of the deal. All I'm trying to do is like make content for fun because I enjoy it, and maybe something could happen on the content side for me for fun. But like, and I love gear. I'm very passionate about pedals. I've always have been and stuff. So like the pedal reviews that I have or that are coming out, that because I'm doing pedal in the background here, that like, it's just because I want to do it. I'm having fun making
pump shit out just to make money.
That's like, also okay. It's just about trying to fake the one and not being transparent. Like, those things need to be very well aligned to truly survive and not be called out.
Yeah.
So
am I
like,
dropping frames?
it's hard.
Sorry, my signal. My shit's like
Stream
getting
drop.
must be wonky. You know what? It's hotter. It's been hotter up here. I don't know if that has something to do with the internet. I'm hardlined, so I don't know. It's back to normal now.
Stream
It just
drop.
it I guess it just dips sometimes. It just dips. Just wants to dip.
But anyway, yeah, like yeah, the
TV on
when you're fake, you're a poser. Posers aren't cool.
But anyways,
that's what's important.
To bring it back to this subject matter of like these artists and this and that, it's like it's the same thing of like, bro, you can literally do a gear channel and sometimes you get paid or this and that, or you know, sometimes you're an artist and you'll put a couple thousand into just a normal marketing campaign to get your shit out. That's fine. But when you start deceptively fucking pretending, LARPing like you are an engineer that gives a shit about the product and you're doing it because you are pretending to care and want to promote it when you really are just getting fucking paid, when you are an artist that is paying to fake your fucking audience, to like fake the hype to get more attention, it's deceptive, it's dishonest, it's immoral. So, you know, this kind of practice is, this is in every kind of field with anything, like with like artists, with companies, with, it's just at the end of the day, people go like, well, why do people do? It's like money, dude. It's fucking the Lebowski. It's the money. I mean,
yeah,
it's about just selling shit. Money is the fucking king in this country, and that is why I'm like, my brain doesn't think like that. So I'm always like, why is this happening? It's like because of fucking money. That's it.
Yeah, if people can make money off of you somehow, they're gonna want to do it, because now it's not always the people's it's capitalism's fault. Obviously,
capitalism is,
but that
the demon.
That being said, if people are like, if they see that a genuine connection with people and musicians is what's going to make them money, and they have a way to create that, they're going to create that, not give a fuck about you, not give a fuck about the other thing, and they just want to rake in the money. It's just how it is. And the second you wake up to that, and you can, it sucks to put more responsibility on the consumer, because it's already a lot for us to sift through. But if you spend some time looking at stuff, you can find the right things. You can, because like, you know what, guarantee on Instagram, that song you've been getting tons of fucking of things for promoting, go to their Instagram. Is it the first time they've posted about that song, or is it the 110th time over 5 months?
Well, this is the guy right here. You can see the difference
between. Yeah, you can see the difference between like how people are marketing themselves, and then you can make that decision early on. Okay, cool, that's not my thing, you know, or whatever. You know, it just takes a little bit of time. Like I said, there are sites like Bandcamp that are just artists putting their music out as a platform. It's not, they're not promoting anything. There's no money that goes into that shit. It's not like a social media platform for getting exposure. It's just, that's where they put their music as a discography, if you will. That's a great place to find music in different terms, because it's just an archive at that point.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that's what you have to do. Like, if you're relying on social media to bring stuff to you, then it's going to be tainted 130,000% every single time. And if you don't do the work to find the stuff and sift through it, then you're going to get fooled sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see, dude, there's a Q&A thing here. I've never done this on the chat. It's like,
but what about when ICP said Eminem was
I was reading that. I'm like, what does that mean? But when ICP said that Eminem was playing their show, I don't know what, I'm confused.
I think they did they do that to get people to come out to the show? It was whatever. You know,
they lied. Oh, I see, Eminem's playing. Everyone showed up and they're like, just kidding, they're not playing.
There's a lot of hate for ICP, and boy, do I not like their music at all. I could give a fuck about any of it, but they've been on the right side of history more than fucking liberals. So
they have personal stuff with
they've been
members,
marching for anti-racism. They've been fucking the first ones to call out capitalism.
Free speech.
They're the only ones who are genuinely accepting of all people and inclusive, like, you know, what other subcultures wish they were. So, you know, good for them. They can lie about Eminem. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, but yeah, no, that's yeah, that's how they blew up, because they said they had beef with. Oh yeah, I remember that, the beef with Eminem. I think they already had that following, because like the wrestling days, and dude, the ICP was like massive in my area, because it like just appealed to the kids here. But yeah, good for them. I don't give a fuck. I have a couple of friends that are real into ICP, and they're some of the nicer people I've ever met. So
I'm called a. I'm not a juggalo. I'm a jugga ally. I'm an ally for juggalos.
Yeah.
I've grew up with some juggalo kids, and
Jug ally.
they're
I'm a
not. They're
jug
just
ally.
They're literally just like any other kind of punk kids. They're just punk kids that found some weird shit and they're into it, and they have a community. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And like I said, a more inclusive community than some claim they are. You know what I'm saying? Looking at you, punk scenes.
What do you think about the social media blog?
So, you know,
It's trying to
I did
start a Q&A.
There was a popular musician who was in the punk scene who was a juggalo, ended up being a piece of shit. I stayed at his house. And that was a weird
the
awakening.
mixtapes guy?
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it was us and Rain Dance, which is, members of Have Heart, and it's me and the Fake Boys, and we're all there, and we're looking at his fridge, and it's a bunch of pictures of him painted up, and we were like, we had no idea, and a lot of the people there didn't understand how big that Start Sweater does go hard. Yeah, you are correct. How big ICP shit was. So we sat around a laptop and showed them the Gathering documentary that was made a long time ago. It was the only big video evidence for a while in 2012, and it was a documentary about the Gathering, and it showed all the weird shit, and they were like, "This is a real thing." We're like, "Yeah, dude, this is where." Mixtapes. Ryan's a juggler. He's also a piece of shit. We had to go help out the other member in the band because he wouldn't come help her out. She was needed a jump for her car or something. So we were a traveling band coming to Ohio to stay at Ryan's place, and we helped her out. It was a weird thing. American Juggalo, yeah, that's the one. Shout out to that documentary too. One of the best docs. Yes, it is.
Is that the Gathering one where they're at the Gathering?
Yeah, it's called American Juggalo. It's a great.
I watched it. Yeah, it was on YouTube, right? It's free on YouTube. I remember watching it. Do you ever watch the hyper cut where it shows someone doing Morgan Freeman voice or something over the slow mo?
Yeah, dude, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good.
I want to watch it again. It's so funny.
I mean, here's the thing: is excuse me, a hockey jersey.
Oh, yo, what's
sweater.
up?
Yeah.
What's up, Felonious Monk? Thelonious. What's up?
Here's the thing: is Juggalos still get the most criticism out of any other subculture. They still stay fairly open-minded. They still just doing their own thing and not giving a fuck about other people. That says a lot about them.
There's a second one too that was really good. Okay. Anyways, let's take some questions from the audience.
Shut plug my phone in. Got a phone call.
Yo, Thelonious Monk, what do you think? What do you think about? Do you see all the shit with the Geese band? You know anything about? What's your opinion on bodying accounts to get famous and nepo rich kids playing music?
Imagine if we were nepo rich kids right now and we view botted to get our
imagine
big, people would
dragons.
We would get banned, right? So
not a damn thing. Just figured I'd drop in and say, hey, you know what? Fuck yeah, dude. This is for you.
Oh yeah.
Go Flyers today. Now they're playing right now. Anyways,
yeah, they're playing
I guess
now.
we should probably cut it so we can watch that Flyers game, or should we just stream the full
Flyers?
Flyers?
I need to
games?
go clean up, and then I mean, I gotta walk away for a little bit, but
yeah,
I just gotta
let's let's go and call it.
So down.
Let's go and call it. Yo, Thelonious Monk. I forgot. I think I could say her name.
Yeah, Thelonious Monk.
I wasn't supposed to say her name sometimes because of something I can't talk about. But anyways, Thelonious Monk.
I always try to stick to gamer tags because that's
yeah, for sure. I just forget
because that's
my ADHD forgets. But yeah, thanks for popping in.
Called LL all night. But,
Thanks for popping in. Make sure to subscribe right down here. I mean, I say subscribe, and it's right here. It's
yeah, I guess
you can't hit the button on the
screen.
You can't hit the button on the screen, but the subscribe thing is. But this is you should subscribe. This is what you should do down below. Make sure to subscribe. I mean, you already subscribed, the two of you in this chat, I think. But thanks for being here. So I feel like it's not done so much at the artist level, but at the label level, it's definitely done hard. Yeah. It's done very hard, bodying and the shit like this. I think there's an aspect of I really do think overall, I think it's gonna turn around at some point where like this. I don't know. There has to be a day when the shit just collapses. Like no one wants to engage with this fucking. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe everyone's just gonna be.
You see, hold on.
I don't know, social media as a whole, it's just not good overall. The more I keep watching stuff like for people's brains, and yeah.
You know how we saw that guy who was like, "Look at this festival run by Punk in the Park" guy. And we're like, "Yo, he's taking our flame, dude." He literally was just like, "Is
that guy?
Sublime MAGA today?" And I was like, "Yo, he's taking our shit." Like,
I'm like, this motherfucker. No, that guy's been on TikTok. That's see, it's the TikTok crowd. I made a TikTok account.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'll put clips. I put a couple clips up, and they fucking flagged my shit for botting. And I'm all, as every other fucking person on there puts 3,000 fucking video, but they're already established for a while. I did it wrong, I guess, and I was like, you know what? Not even fucking worth it. I spent a couple hours like loading up a bunch of shit to like stagger it, and then it just flagged my shit, and you can't even talk. TikTok, literally a fucking piece of shit. TikTok should burn in fucking hell. I'm over it. I'm never using it. I haven't touched it since I deleted
that
it.
whole fake closing
Larry Ellison,
and banning to come back. I've been done with it.
It's owned by a fucking Zionist fucking shill.
Yeah, I deleted it. Once that whole like Trump fucking play happened, I deleted everything.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Dumbass shit.
I mean, YouTube's not great either, but YouTube, I love you. You're so great. Don't kill my streamers. But YouTube's amazing. I didn't say that. It's great. Google's amazing. ABC, great. Love numbers, letters. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm like, oh shit. YouTube's like, oh, you like that? I'm gonna crush your fucking algorithm. You fuck. You know.
I'm gonna crush your already destroyed algorithm.
No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad right now. But anyways,
it's not too bad.
My name is on my username, so I don't know. But yeah, thanks for
I know it's just like we calling you by your nickname, or not your nickname, but your friend name, because we call you L instead of Elizabeth. You know, I should be saying like it's just practice. I try my best.
Oh, Elizabeth 666 music.
I'd always say Trey's name, and I'd be like, it's lost date. I gotta stop saying Trey. Like, what if Trey doesn't want fucking someone to know his real name? You know what I'm saying? Like back when I would stream on Twitch. Or
yeah. Well, no, I think I think it's normal. Like, or when I pop into, this is me when I pop into other people. They're like stream or this, and they know me. They're like, oh, what's up, lost it? I'm like, my name's Trey. Like, you can call me Trey. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't have a preference, but some people. Our lives are so online already. I'm like, anyone that wants to know anything about me, they can find anything. So I'm like, at this point, I don't really overly share public stuff like my private Instagram and other stuff. But whatever. Even if I did, I don't give a whatever. Was someone come and find me and kill me? Like, okay. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, take me out. It's fine. No, don't do that. It's call to action. No, don't do that. In Minecraft. Anyways, in
Minecraft.
I love everybody. And it's been fun, and you know what, fuck Geese. I'm gonna stand on that hill. Hot take.
Fuck Geese. Yeah,
fuck Geese. Fuck your pretentious rich bullshit. Fuck you. You're not punk. You're not indie rock.
And also very much fuck that one song. That like
fuck your jangly Randy Newman fucking piano song, you fucking piece of fucking Strokes wannabe fucking. You think you're Julian Casablancas? Fuck you. You'll never be Julian Casablancas. You know what? You know what he's did you see the Stroke shit where he put a bunch of the fucking footage from Gaza and was calling out Israel? I was like, dude, fuck yeah. I'm all Julian Casablanca, talk about another Nepo baby fucking, but like he's cooler in my book at this point. He's cooler. Anyways, love you all. Take it sleazy.
Hell yeah.
And
bye.
My name is Trey. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow, make sure to yell at us, give us your hot takes. That's been the Lost Day Show. We're going to end it here. My name is Trey, and hold on. Okay, I'm good. My name is Trey. This is the Lost Day Show, and this is Drew. Say bye, Drew.
Bye, Drew.
All right. Hockey time. Let's go. Okay, bye-bye.